Hi guys. One of you requested that I did sort of a updated makeup routine on how I do my makeup, but right now it's summer, so I go very light with my makeup, and I just wanted to show you how I basically do this. So let's just get into it. The first thing I do is just, of course, take my Burt's Bees lip balm and just put a little bit of lip balm on, because that will serve later very nicely. So just put a little bit of lip balm on my lips, like that. The next step I do, because I need to also moisturize my face. So what I do first is that I first use the Ole Henriksen Truth Serum, which is basically just a face serum like any other. Just use a little bit like that, sort of distribute that on my entire face, because as we all know, or as I told you before actually, C vitamin is very good against sun protection also because it fights free radicals. So just put a little bit of that Truth Serum on your face. The next one I go in with usually is that I take my La Roche Posay Anti-Brilliance Anthelios sunscreen, because I think it's so important to always be wearing sunscreen. And this one is actually a little bit mattifying, which is perfect for me because I am very oily, so that's perfect. So I take that, just a little bit of that like this, and then I mix it with my Ole Henriksen Sheer Complex Vitamin C Cream, or Sheer Transformation Cream with vitamin C. So just mix these two in together like that to create a good base for my makeup and a very moisturized skin that I can work with. Make sure to always go down to your neck also, because that is very, very, very important, like that. So after that has been sitting for a little bit while and just like sort of sunk into your skin, what I usually go in with is just a BB cream, because it's summer. I don't want to be wearing anything that's too heavy, so I just want to be wearing something very light and nice. So of course, I go to my Garnier BB cream, and I purchased it yesterday in medium because the light got a little bit too light for me because I'm a little bit tanner at the moment. So just taking a little bit of that on the back of my hand. There we go. With a brush, I just use this flat top kabuki. Just take this and sort of like dot that on my face, like that. You know what, this one is very, very light and also gives you additional sun protection, so it has like SPF 20 or something. So that's perfect for the summer also. So after having taken that, I just sort of like blend it in with the brush like this. And this actually gives an awesome amount of like coverage while still being very light and not too oily for my skin type. I absolutely adore this BB cream. It just looks so light on, and I have been raving about this forever, and there's a reason. It looks beautiful. So just really make sure to like sort of blend that in everywhere, to really make sure that you have like a blank canvas to work with. And like a lot of this product actually does go into the brush, which makes it even more sheer and even more like natural also. But you can see like that's not a flat matte at all. Like I look very fresh and like I just went under a waterfall. No. So afterwards, what I usually do is that I take just my hands and just sort of like get it off my lips. Like so. Because I don't want that thing on my lips anymore. So after that is blended in, what I usually do is that I just take my Stay Matte powder just to set it, because the thing is I do get very oily and I love the finish right now. If I could just keep it this way now I would, but I can't because I have to go and do errands during the day. So I have to just mattify just a little bit, especially around my T-zone. I have to mattify quite a lot, so I just run this powder on my face like that. The next thing I do is just use a little bit of bronzer because I just want a little bit more warmth. You know, it's summer and you want to look like bronzed and fresh and all of that. So just take my Sunlight bronzer, and this is by Rimmel. So this is the 021 Sunlight bronzer. Just dip that into the pan and just go on my forehead, generally like on the outer perimeter of my face. I usually do this. Like so. And that also helps actually to mattify quite a bit, so that's also very awesome for that. And I do also center a lot on my cheeks. The reason why I go on the outer perimeter of my face is that I don't really want to be like contouring or anything, so I just really feel like this really just like cinches in my face a little bit and give me like that sort of nice tanned look. And then just drag it down to the neck just a little bit too, because that will like sort of equalize the color on your face. So after having done that, I think my next step will be to use a blush. And I'll be using the color Icon blushes. That's like the NARS Orgasm Dupe with my e.l.f. angled blush brush. Excuse me, this one is like, it's been sitting in my toilet bag and there's been a leak down there, which I hate. Don't you just hate like when products do that, they leak out into your bag? I hate that. Anyways, taking a little bit of that blush and just barely touching on my cheek like this, just to blush it up just a little bit, just to make it a little bit more fresh and youthful. So I just take this one again and just go over that, just to like sort of soften it a little bit, just to not to make it like too harsh, you know. The next thing what I do is that I take my Naked Truth palette here from Wet n Wild, and I use that for my eyebrows actually. Just the darkest color here in the middle. I was thinking of getting a new one today because it is a little bit too red tone for me, but you know, I can work with it. And I use my slant tip brush here and just run that through my eyebrows like this. And the thing is, like, using an eyeshadow to sort of create your eyebrows, that will definitely give you more of a softer look, which I personally really like, and especially for the summer. I just want like this very soft brow that's not like hard at all, and then I run through it with this comb here, the other end. I need a little bit more on this side. So just sort of like fill it in, like using long strokes like this. And that will create a very beautiful, yet very masculine brow, you know. So that's the brows. The next thing, what I'll be doing is just using a little bit of highlighter, and I use the Mary Loumanizer. I tend to not even go for concealer because like, I don't think I need it, you know. I just think I want to look fresh, and like, I don't need a lot of heavy coverage everywhere, just a BB and go, you know. Just a little bit of that here on the tops of my cheeks, like that. Just sort of lightly dust that, just to make it look very fresh and stuff, right? So, and the final thing I'll be doing is just reapplying that lip balm, because, you know, the thing is, I sort of rubbed that off earlier, rubbing off my BB cream. So I'm just reapplying a little bit of lip balm. Yep. And I think that's basically it. I tend to go very light this summer. And also like my hair, what I've been using in that is just this hairdo surf spray. So just something like very light. And I just want my hair to be like wild and fluffy and like not using really a lot of product anyways. So just keep it light like that. And I think that looks sort of cool. So this is the final look, you guys. If there's anything else you want me to do, then I'll be happy to do it. And again, thank you very much for watching. See you again next time.